Today I'm gonna show you how to use your wonderful styrofoam plates, your printmaking plates, to make multiple prints of the same image. Isn't that cool? I think so. Hello, my talented artists. If you love this content, don't forget to subscribe, click that bell, and do all those things that show that you love it. There are two areas when we are printing. The dry area, which is your table. It has your pencil, it has your paper. And the first thing you're gonna do is take one piece of paper from the middle of the table and write your name. And each time you start a new print, try to remember to write your name and your secret code. So leave it at your place, and for the other people at your table, don't take somebody else's paper because it has their name on it, all right? Only take paper from the center of the table. Then you're only gonna take your plate. We're gonna leave our pencil, we're gonna leave our paper, but we're only taking our plate over to the wet side. The inking table is the wet side, and you are going to bring your plate over to the inking table, and you're going to use a brayer. Now, if you notice, most brayers have their handle has a little bump here. I call those the elbows. I don't know what they're really called, but I want you to keep your elbows on the table whenever you set your brayer down. Because when you set a brayer down on their elbows, it keeps the rolling part of the brayer off the table. That will keep the table neater. So make sure you always set your brayer elbows down on the table. When we ink, we are going to make a motion that looks like rolling up and down, like it's on a curved line. We don't just go back and forth, back and forth. So it looks like this, up, down, like this, a curved line. You can also change direction. We want to cover the whole brayer roller with ink and make sure you're going up and down. Then we are going to apply that ink to our plate. You can start to see where we've carved because the ink should not be going down into that area. You can see the table's already starting to get messy, and we are gonna get messy, but we want it to be as neat as we can be. Now, when I set my brayer down, remember to turn it around so these elbows are sitting on the table. I have inked my whole plate, and I did it pretty fast because the ink does dry. Now I'm gonna carry it over to my table, the dry side, and I'm gonna bring it to my place where I've written my name on my paper, but the name is touching the table, and I am going to try to center my print as I lay it down. I wanna be as careful as I can to put it right in the middle of my paper. I let it drop, press, one little press. If you get messy fingers, you can wipe it on the paper at your tables. Then we are going to flip our papers. We're gonna make an L with one hand to hold the paper on the plate. Make sure it does not wiggle around. And we're gonna take our other hand and make circle motions, rubbing all over. Now, if you just rub the center, the edges of your plate will not print properly. So make sure you get the edges, center, all over. Now we're gonna switch. Make an L with the other hand, and we're gonna rub this side. Make sure it's completely rubbed. You can kind of see faintly the ink through the paper. It should be nice and ready to be pulled. When you peel that paper off, it's called pulling a print. Let's pull this one gently and carefully. Pretty cool, right? As soon as you've pulled your print, Carefully carry it to the drying rack and put it on. Try not to get any ink in the margins. And you can look at it and say, I guess I could have had a little more ink there. Look at it and evaluate, because guess what? You're ready to do it again. Every time that you make a print, you need to get a new piece of paper. So pick up another piece of paper, and now you guys are gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do. What should I do first? That's right, I need to write my name and my code on my paper. Then what? What do I do with my paper? Turn it over, leave it at my place. The only thing that I bring to the inking table is that's right, my plate. If you printed with blue, you can switch colors, but never, never, never wash your plate between colors because our ink is water soluble. So you are just gonna apply your new color on top of your old color. And let me tell you, friends, it creates some beautiful pictures. Make sure to always lift your brayers. Get them all coated with your ink. We're gonna roll it on top. I can tell that's not enough ink. Please wait for me. Do not squeeze out your own ink. That is why. Let me make the big mess, not you. Remember to always lift, making a curved path with your brayer. Let's see if we can get this covered. We do not want to take a long time inking our plates because the ink does dry, so we want to do it as quickly as we can. Go ahead and turn your plate different directions and turn your brayer different directions. How should you set your brayer down? That's right, on the elbows. Ink evenly. I think we're ready to go back to our dry stations. Again, we are going to try to center our plates right above, and you can gently touch one part down and then let the other parts go. My fingers are too dirty, so I'm gonna wipe them before I continue. And now I'm going to press the plate down on my paper, slide it off the table, and flip it over. If I do get ink on my paper, it's gonna be on the back. How do we transfer the ink onto our papers? Excellent, that's right. We're gonna make an L with one hand. Hold the paper, making an L with one hand. Rub and rub and rub and rub. Make sure to get the corners. Make sure to get the edges. Make sure to get the middle. Don't start a fire with all your friction, but I do want you to make sure that you are applying pressure everywhere on your plate. Okay, let's see this print. Ooh, beautiful. And because I just put that red on top of the blue, I've made a new color and it is beautiful. What do we do immediately with each print? That's right, it goes straight into the drying rack, and you can do another until it is time to clean up. I think you're ready. Let's do it.